Hey everyone, good evening. Good evening to all guys. Hi Gaurav, hi Wahid. Guys, I'm audible and visible to you all. Can you let me know in the chat please? Is my voice is clear to you all? Give me a thumbs up or yes or no please. Hi Crazy Girl, where I can mark my attendance. I will let you know all everything. I will let you know. Just give me 2 minutes, not 5 minutes even. 2 minutes. Uh, till then I get the confirmation and yes, okay, okay. Thank you so much, guys. So let me introduce myself to you all. My name is Anam Khan from Let's Upgrade, and I'm here just to let you all know the attendance procedure and how you will be getting your certificate. Okay, and the trainer is Rohit sir. He will be there with you for the next 3 days. We'll be teaching you Tailwind CSS from very scratch, and we'll try to build a small little project as well. So I hope it's clear, and it's a 3 days boot camp, guys. So each date will be a 1.5 hour session. The timing will be from 6:30 to 8. I hope it's clear for everyone. If still you have any doubt regarding this boot camp, you can ask us in the chat. The team, the trainers will really help you out and solve your queries. Okay, guys, please, it's a request, do not use any other language. Please, we prefer only English or Hindi. Okay guys, any prerequisites? No, not for now. So can you all tell me, you people are beginner or intermediate, or know little bit about what you know about Tailwind CSS? Till then I will share my screen, guys, and explain you all the attendance procedure. Okay Diksha, thank you. I'm good, Anand, how are you? Can you please repeat? Having some new issue. Beginner. Okay, I can see most of them are beginner. So no worries, guys. No worries. The trainer will surely help you, and you will truly get to know about some Tailwind CSS today, and for sure. Okay. Okay, I will tell you the attendance procedure. Let me share my screen first. Once it's shared, please let me know in the chat if it's visible to you all or not. Okay, guys, can you all see my screen? Yeah, guys, can you all see my screen? Yes or no? I think it should be visible to you all now. Yes, you will get the recording. The recording will be uploaded on our channel. Like, you can check out our channel. Okay, guys? Okay, okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the confirmation. So, moving ahead, please take a, you can see for registration, attendance, Elicoin certificate, for everything we have this one link, as everything's placed at one place. So you need to enroll for the program first, then only the attendance toggle will get unlocked for you. You can mark the attendance then only. So please make sure that you enroll first, and when you enroll, please scroll down the page. Here below the day one title, you can see mark attendance toggle. Click on it. A rating scale will open from 1 to 10. You need to rate the session, depending upon your feedback, your how much rating you would like to give the session. So I will suggest, please give the session, give the attendance after the session, so you'll be able to put the honest feedback and ratings here. As you can mark your attendance anytime, like during this duration of this 3 days of boot camp, you can mark your attendance anytime of day one, day two, and day three. So please make sure that you mark after the session. So here, where for now I will give 10 on 10, and here is a feedback box. If you have any, you can put it here and click on this mark attendance toggle. So when you click here, you can see again when you come up, your progress bar has increased. It will increase day by day as you mark your attendance. So by day 3, it will be 100%. For now, it's 33%. And on day 3, when the session will get end, that is by the end of this program, you will get to see the generate certificate option right below this progress bar. You do not need to go here and there, search for the certificate link and everything. Just come to this attendance page. That is one link, and mark all the attendance and get the certificate downloaded from this page itself. Okay, I think I'm clear about the attendance and certificate part. If still you have any questions, you can please ask us in the chat, or you can or you want to check like how to mark the attendance, you can just rewind the video a little bit and check it again the video. Okay. Hi Arun, is it fine guys? Shall we move ahead? Yes. Okay. How to add the certificate to the university points? You can add the certificate in your resume. Okay. Yes, we will speak in Hindi and English as both in both the language. So do not worry about it. If you have any questions, you can ask us to repeat in whatever languages. Okay. So moving ahead, guys, one more thing coming back to this page. We have communities, WhatsApp and Discord. You can join us there to get regular updates, daily invites, and program reminders. We also give you the also you can connect with your friends. Like if you have any queries, you can connect with your friends and solve that out, or you can tag Let's Upgrade there to get connected. Okay. So and we have this student ambassador program, which is a free 1 month program where which will be the 1 month cohort. The next batch, the new batch has already started on 1st June, but still we have extended the deadline to 5th till 5th of June. So you can apply by 5th of June anytime. Please make sure that you enroll. Here you will get to see the apply now button. You can fill out the form and register for the student ambassador program. No fee, no charge, nothing you have to pay. Just fill out the form. It is a free program. No money will be charged during this program as well. And we also give this giveaway there exciting prizes that are iPad, gaming chair, smartwatch, and these are the swags like gold, silver, and bronze, which you can unlock by completing the target. As there are certain targets that you need to achieve, then only it will get unlocked and you will get it by the end of the program. Okay, so make sure that you enroll for it. And we have this all-in-one documentation also, which is a document where we have stored all the links. You can find the attendance enrollment links, session links, any resource link, any PPT file, anything. If search is with you, we will upload all those files, resources here. So you can come to this all-in-one doc and get all the links from here as well, here only. Okay. And when you scroll down, you can just you can see this notes. This is the syllabus basically which we are going to follow for the next 3 days, and you will also get to know that what are the topics we are going to cover and at what topic we are today, what is the upcoming topic and everything. You can just check it out from there. Okay. I hope I'm clear. One thing, guys, this document is not that is you cannot download it, but yeah, you can save the link, the short link, and refer it anytime. It will really help you out. Okay. That's great, Crazy Girl. So I think I'm clear and everything is familiar with how to mark their attendance. If still any questions, please ask us in the chat. And please, guys, do not spam. Do not chit chat. Please leave the space for the people who have real doubts, real questions. Okay. Screen is blur. Check your resolution once. Okay. Now I will call the trainer, who is Rohit sir, and let's. So guys, how are you doing?
Hi everyone. Hi Anam. Am I
Hi,
audible to
sir.
you?
How are you, sir?
I'm good.
Yes,
Thank
you're
you.
visible. So we can start with the session, sir. I think they are
Okay.
clear. It's clear and out for them. So I will take a leave. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.
Thank you, Anam. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this very engaging session on Tailwind CSS. Hi. Hi, Shivam. Hi, Akshat. All right. So I've been reading your comments before the start of this class. Many of you asked, will this be taught from scratch? Yes, we will start Tailwind CSS from scratch. Okay. Having said that, there are few requirements, there are few terms from CSS, from plain and simple vanilla CSS that you should understand. I will share my screen and list out those terms for you. Let's see. All right, so my screen should be visible. I'm good, Dev Coder, thank you. Okay. If my screen is not visible, do let me know in the chat. Vanilla CSS is similar as vanilla JS. Yes, vanilla CSS, vanilla JS. When we say this, we mean the plain and simple CSS and the plain and simple JS. Yes. So vanilla CSS is the simple CSS. Tailwind or Bootstrap are the frameworks. Vanilla JS, the simple JS. React are the frameworks. When it comes to Tailwind, yes, we will be starting from scratch. However, you should understand some terms from plain and simple CSS, like you should understand border, you should understand what is background, all the properties of background, background color, image repeat, etc. You should understand what margin and padding is. At least you should have a rough idea about. Can you switch to brighten mode? Okay, Dev Coder, are you asking me to switch to light mode? Is that it? You should understand margin, padding, at least some idea about how to align the contents on the page. That is, you should have a brief idea about Flexbox. These things, if you have knowledge about these, then understanding Tailwind will be much easier. If you do not know about these things, worry not. We will cover these as well in brief as and when we go to these points, right? Let's get started. The duration is 90 minutes each day for 3 days. Today, tomorrow, and the day after, 90 minutes each. If someone with no CSS and HTML knowledge, you will find this bootcamp interesting. However, after these 90 minutes, you will still need extra 20 to 30 minutes to understand the points that I have written. हिंदी इंग्लिश दोनों में चलेगा मिराज सिद्दीकी, डोंट वरी. ओके, सो द एजेंडा फॉर टुडे, आज क्या करना है? First, what is Tailwind? Why Tailwind? And then we will understand how Tailwind, that is how to install Tailwind. 3 चीजें आज हम देखने वाले हैं. Tailwind क्या है, क्यों हम Tailwind का इस्तेमाल करें, एंड इंस्टॉल कैसे करें. Yes, I am speaking in both the languages, Hindi and English, so don't worry guys. If I am speaking in a language that you do not understand, just bear with me. I will repeat that in the language of your choosing as well, so don't worry. Please do not write Hindi English. I know what is to be done. Thank you. 3 things on our agenda today: what, why, and how. What is Tailwind? Well, the proper definition, the copybook definition is utility first CSS framework. This is the definition of Tailwind. As written, utility first CSS framework. That is correct. What you were trying to write after that provides pre-designed, no. The difference between Tailwind and, let's say, ShadCN or Skeleton is Tailwind only gives you classes. Yes, I will elaborate on that, Patrick, don't worry. Tailwind only provides CSS classes. It does not provide any pre-built designs for you. That is the difference. Utility first classes, classes for margin, classes for padding, classes for border, classes for background, those are known as utility classes. The very basic classes, उन्हें हम कहते हैं, those are known as utility classes. Tailwind is a framework, Manpreet. So what is Tailwind? A utility first CSS framework which provides you classes that you can use to design any kind of layout, any form of layout, and you are free to design that layout on your own. It does not provide you any pre-built code. It does not levy any pre-built code on you. It is like Bootstrap. It is very much advanced to Bootstrap. Where Bootstrap ends, Tailwind starts from there. So if you know Bootstrap, it is fantastic. So you will understand where Bootstrap ends and where Tailwind's the real power of Tailwind begins. I will get to that in a moment when we'll understand background and borders and colors like that. It is not different from Bootstrap. It takes Bootstrap to a notch above, to a level above. Classes are pre-designed, and I will tell you either tomorrow or day after, you can have your own classes as well. To answer the question, why a Tailwind? Well, the very first point, because it is the market standard right now. It is the market standard right now. Second, it has a very large community behind it. So if, let's say, someone gets stuck into some problem, they can have solutions very, very easily. Plus, what is the English language bootcamp? Plus, you can get pre-designed layouts of all sorts from people across all over the globe who have already designed landing pages, pages for companies, pages for XYZ type of websites using Tailwind. So हमने देखा क्या है टेलविंड, हम बात कर रहे हैं क्यों हम यूज करें टेलविंड, क्योंकि ये इंडस्ट्री स्टैंडर्ड है, मार्केट स्टैंडर्ड है. अगर आप एज अ डेवलपर वर्क करना चाहते हैं, सो मोस्ट प्रोबेबली आपको टेलविंड प्रोजेक्ट में मिलेगा या आपको टेलविंड लगाने की रिक्वायरमेंट रहेगी. बहुत दुनिया भर के बहुत सारे डेवलपर्स इसे यूज कर रहे हैं. सो अगर आप कोई प्रॉब्लम में फंसते हैं तो आपको बहुत इजीली सॉल्यूशन मिल जाएगा. प्लस अब आपको बहुत सारे लेआउट्स प्री बिल्ट भी मिल जाते हैं. Tailwind is one step above Bootstrap. जहां Bootstrap खत्म होता है वहां से हम Tailwind शुरू करते हैं. Aradhya, I don't know where you're getting from information. Tailwind is very much reliable, very much the industry standards right now. Now you can learn either one. If you want to learn one, I would suggest go for Tailwind. If you have knowledge of Bootstrap and Tailwind, well, more the merrier. Okay, then comes the question, how should I use Tailwind? How to install Tailwind? Okay, so to answer this topic, how Tailwind, let's now go out of the VS Code. Let's go to the browser. Well, the Tailwind's official website is tailwindcss.com. There are few ways you can have Tailwind. No need, Varun. You don't need to watch more videos about Tailwind after this bootcamp. You will have enough information to build your websites, build websites on your own. So how to install Tailwind? There are multiple ways to do that. First, the website tailwindcss.com. If I go to this website, and one thing to note here is I will be using the latest version of Tailwind, which is Tailwind 4. I will not be using Tailwind 3. Okay, if you click on Get Started or you click on Docs, this is where you will land. Now, this is the part which is the most interesting. We can install Tailwind in 2 to 3 ways. First, by using something known as a CDN, a content delivery network. Let me remind you, this is just in the very beginning. When you are actually creating a project, using CDN is not recommended. However, if you want to just test out some feature, if you are very new to Tailwind, if you are not sure whether to use it in your project, you are only testing, then CDN is the quickest and the easiest way to get started. So what is a CDN? How can I get the CDN link? If you again go to the Tailwind's website, if you see a tab called Play CDN, if you click on that, see, this is the link to the CDN. You can copy this whole code, or you can copy this link only, this line only. That is entirely up to you. I have copied the line. In my VS Code, if I create a file, let's call it index.html. If I paste what I copied, well, this is it. If you want to use the CDN, content delivery network, all you need to do is you need to copy this link in your head tag, and you can start using the utility classes from Tailwind. Once again, yes, using CDN is the quickest method, but not used in production. So what exactly is used in production? Yes, it's sufficient, Nile. So what exactly should we do if I want to use Tailwind in my project? If CDN, okay, Patrick, why not used in production? Patrick, on day 2 and 3, I will tell you about how to extend Tailwind, how to use variables with Tailwind. If you are creating a very big project, if you are part of a very big project, or if you are part of a team having multiple developers. In that case, if you are using Tailwind via CDN, you will not be able to use all the features of Tailwind, especially the extending part, the using of variables part. So no, we will not be using CDN, crazy girl. We will be going in this tab called using Wheat. These are the steps that we are going to follow, and don't worry, it looks scary, it absolutely isn't. So the first step that I'm going to do is, back to my VS Code, I will open the terminal. How to open the terminal? Well, you can open from here, or you can use the keyboard shortcut. Try joining again, Syed. Try checking your network, please. In my terminal, I will then copy the commands that are written here. The first command is this: npm install tailwind css @tailwind css/wheat. A point to note here: before running this command, you should have Node.js installed in your system. If you are using, if you are installing Tailwind via npm, you must have Node.js installed in your system. Now, if you are not sure whether you have Node.js installed on your system or not, you can very easily check it by the command node space -v. npm यूज करने के लिए नोड का होना जरूरी है, नोड चेक करना है कि है या नहीं है, तो नोड स्पेस -v लिख के एंटर करेंगे, यू विल गेट द नोड वर्जन लाइक दिस. इफ यू गेट एरर, अगर आपको एरर आती है तो पहले आपको Node.js इंस्टॉल करनी होगी, विच इज द 30-second वर्क ओनली, विच इज अ वेरी वेरी इजी टास्क. अगर आपके एरर आ रही है नोड स्पेस -v लिखने पे, इफ यू डोंट हैव नोड इंस्टॉल्ड, you can go to the browser, open the website nodejs.org, and download and install Node using this button. It's a 30-second work, very easy, right? Nothing fancy. You don't need to change any setting. Just keep on clicking next, 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 and install on the last dialog box. बहुत इजी काम है. नोड अगर आपके पास नहीं है, इस वेबसाइट पे आइए, node.js.org बटन पे क्लिक करिए, डायलॉग बॉक्स आएगा, उस पे नेक्स्ट 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 एंड इंस्टॉल पे क्लिक कर दीजिए. 30 सेकंड्स में आपका काम हो जाएगा. After, you can come back to the terminal, again write this command node v, then you will see the node version. Now coming back to Tailwind, let's copy this command that we were using. Let's run this. What this will do, it will install Tailwind into this folder called LetsUpgrade. As you can see, a folder called node modules is there. There are a few files called package.json, package.log.json. Now what these files do, that is not of very importance as of now, right? After we have this command, oh, we are not using React, right? Okay, small mistake on my part, guys. We will not be using the Vite version. We have to use the Tailwind CLI. Nothing to worry, nothing to worry. Okay, you have an error. You have to tell me what the error is, Kavi Parmar. Okay, so since we are not using React, instead of going to using Vite, we should go to Tailwind CLI. Well, only one difference. The command that we executed was this. We have to change the word Vite with CLI. We have to change the word Vite with CLI. Instead of Tailwind CSS Vite, write Tailwind CLI. That is it. Let it run. And done. Fantastic. Let's go back. Now, it says add the import into your main CSS file. That is, it says you should have a file input CSS. You have to write this line in that. Well, we don't have input CSS. Let's create. NPM is not working, can be loaded because running script is disabled on this system. Okay, Kavi Parmar, that is a very common error. Please follow the steps that I am using. Google this running scripts disabled error. Running scripts disabled. Right? Google this. The first link that you get, click on that. And follow this command. That is, execute this command in your PowerShell. I am assuming you are using Windows. On Windows, open PowerShell as an administrator and run this command. After that, you can go ahead and run this command only. Okay, someone is asking difference between Vite and CLI. Well, Vite we will be using for React or Angular or Vue. Because we are not using React, Angular, Vue, we will be using CLI. Thank you, Dheeraj. Okay, so we need to have a CSS file. Let's create that. Now you can name it whatever you want. I have named it style.css, and let's copy this. Let's type in this. Nothing else. Save it, close it. That's it. Last command is this. Now this is known as the watcher. This is known as the watcher command because it watches. Let's copy this. Now what this command is saying, CLI command line interface, Loki. Command line interface is your command prompt. The space where I'm writing the commands, that is the CLI, command line interface. Okay, so what this command is saying, read input CSS, read. Okay, we have style.css. Sorry, in that case, we need to change the file name. Read style.css, import whatever is written there, create a file output CSS from it. You will see a file output CSS being created when I run this command. Now you will see an output CSS here. Can you see an output CSS? Right? Also, you will see a done in your command prompt. Right? Well, these are the steps to install Tailwind. I hope you have done it with me. If not, please try these commands. There were 3 main commands. Let me tell you a quick refresher. I first installed Tailwind with this command. Make sure to have Node before this. Then I created a file style CSS, wrote this in that. Then I executed this command, of course, changing the name of the file. मिराज सिद्दीकी, अगर आपको बेसिक इंग्लिश समझ में नहीं आ रही है तो फिर थोड़ी बहुत दिक्कत तो रहेगी. देखो, बहुत बेसिक, बहुत धीरे इंग्लिश में बात कर रहा हूं मैं, प्लीज समझिए. नहीं समझ रहे हैं तो स्क्रीन पे जो चल रहा है उसे कॉपी करिए. आपको हिंदी और इंग्लिश से कोई मतलब नहीं होना चाहिए, प्रोग्रामिंग है. 3 कमांड मैंने डाली थी, पहले ये, फिर एक फाइल बना के उसमें ये, और फिर टर्मिनल में दोबारा से ये. तो आप भी यही कमांड चलाएं. दैट्स इट. इसके बाद आप टर्मिनल को बंद कर सकते हैं. यू कैन क्लोज द टर्मिनल आफ्टर दिस एंड योर टेलविंड इज सेट अप. योर टेलविंड इज डन. If you remember, we created an index HTML, right? Nothing is there as of now. We created this index HTML to show you the CDN link. Because we are not using this CDN now, let me comment it out. We are not using this CDN because we have installed Tailwind with the command line interface. Now I want to use Tailwind in my project. What can I do? What should I do? If you remember, we had a file output CSS. See, all this code automatically appeared. You need to link this output CSS in your index HTML. The way to do that is this. That's it. Yes, Syed, you will get a Notion link along with all these files. It has all the notes in it. Recording will be available on YouTube. Yes. All you need to do is to start working with Tailwind is link the output CSS. That's it. And we are good to go. So what we did so far, अभी तक हमने क्या किया? We tried and answered these 3 questions. What is Tailwind? Why Tailwind? And how Tailwind? I just showed you that there is a CDN way as well, but what we will be using is the NPM way. Just like the CDN one, which you can use to get a taste of Tailwind very, very quickly. There is also one thing called Tailwind Play. Although we will not be using that, but you should have an understanding of what Tailwind Play is. If I go to web browser, if I Google Tailwind Play, the first link that you get, play.tailwindcss.com. Well, this is Tailwind Play. If you have heard of CodePen, if you have heard of Replit, if you have heard of Code Sandbox, मनप्रीत, क्योंकि आपने src नाम का फोल्डर नहीं बनाया है, because you did not create the src folder, you need to write this command like this. Please note that I have removed the src. from here, please do so. Tailwind Play. If you don't want to install anything, if you are unable to install, if you just want to get the taste of Tailwind, well, you can write the classes right here and see the magic on the right hand side. If I do something like this, can you see the hello Tailwind here? Well, this is what Tailwind Play is all about. If you want to see how certain classes work, how they will look on the browser, you can come to Play Tailwind and check out those classes. That is all Tailwind Play is all about. Now you must be wondering where these classes came from. Well, that is what we will going to be understanding now. The utility classes in Tailwind. Once again, coming back to what we have done this. Let's go ahead and understand some utility classes. Someone was asking about notes. You will get this Notion document which has everything that I will tell you, I have already told you after this class. Each and everything that I have told you, you will get in this document. Okay. So we now will be talking about some of these classes. Well, I can of course increase the speed, Varun, but you have to understand we have people from different backgrounds, people from different level of understanding of Tailwind. So I have to keep it understandable for all. So bear with me. What sort of classes we will be understanding about? Classes regarding to text, classes regarding to font, classes regarding to background, classes for border, classes for margin and padding, classes for flex as well. Oh, fantastic, Manpreet. Good. This is what we will be talking about. Let's go. As Varun said, without wasting any time, let us move ahead. Let me show you what I'm building. Let me show it to you first. That will increase your interest in this. So this is what I am building right now. A responsive header. How is it responsive? Let me open up the responsive design. Can you see the content shrinking? Right. You don't have to write media queries. You can extend the built-in classes. I will talk about it tomorrow. So this is what I'm going to build as of today. Let me also show you something that will interest you. The ultimate goal of this bootcamp is to build something like this. Yeah, you can do that as well. So the ultimate goal is to build something like this, a very simple and responsive web page, which also changes dark mode to light mode, which is better for styling React, Tailwind, or Material UI. That depends, Mahesh Kumar, on your use case. Both are good. You can even use Bootstrap. You can even use Shared CN, Bulma, Skeleton, whatever you want. So as I was saying, this layout will change from dark to light. Let me show you. If I change the appearance from dark to light and go back to the page, can you see the background color, the text color automatically changed? We will talk about this as well. Now, this is something, as many of you guys are asking, what is the difference between Bootstrap, Tailwind? Well, Bootstrap does not have a built-in feature to do this. If I again go back and change the setting to dark, if I come back, there you go. I hope now I have your attention. We will ultimately come to this, but first, let's build this. Shall we start, guys? All right. Okay. I'll first start with header. So what do I need? I need a header in which on the left hand side I will have the logo and a menu on the right hand side. Let's say an H1 which says my logo. Well, of course, in a practical example, you will have a logo image here. And let me have a UL, LI, anchor tag, which home about service and contact, home about service and contact. There you go. It will not look good as of now. Well, it shouldn't. Let us see how does it look actually. Okay, we haven't. We did open it. No, we didn't. Well, this is how it looks right now. Not good. Don't worry. It will in a moment. Okay. How many of you understand Flex? Can I have a yes or no in the chat? How many of you understand Flex? Okay, fantastic. Great. No. Okay, no problem. Okay, no problem, Uday. Oh, fantastic. Computer tech zone. You know about grid as well. Little bit. Yeah, little bit will do. Okay. So I have about 10 yeses, but 3 no's. Fantastic. Yes, I'm talking about display flex only. Soman. Oh, Miraj, thank you for staying and understanding. Very good. Well, right now, okay. Right now, as you can see, my logo and the menu are vertical. Menu जो है my logo के नीचे आ रहा है. What do we want? We want both of them to be horizontal. That is where Flex will help us, right? Flex is always applied on the parent. I want H1 and UL to be horizontal. Flex will be applied on the parent. You can apply Flex by using a utility class by the same name as Flex. Now, this is how Tailwind works. If I were using plain and simple vanilla CSS, अगर मैं plain simple vanilla CSS use कर रहा होता, तो मैं क्या करता? I would have created a different file. I would have created a different CSS file. Inside that file, I would have written something like this. Header display flex. Because I am not using vanilla CSS, I am using Tailwind. First, I did not need to create a separate file. I did not need to write anything inside that file. All I wrote is this in my HTML. The very good reason to use Tailwind is the speed, because you don't have to keep on constantly moving from HTML CSS HTML CSS. All your work is in a single HTML file. That helps, that increases your speed. सो हमने क्या किया है, डिस्प्ले फ्लेक्स नाम की क्लास लगाई, दैट्स इट. ब्राउजर में अगर हम जाएं, इफ यू गो टू द ब्राउजर, well, this happened. What happened? Let me show you side by side. Without class flex, this is how it was. With the class flex, this happened. The UL is now horizontal to the logo. If you remember, the logo will be on the left hand side and the menu will be on the extreme right. Well, you can do that using justify content space between. Now you must understand what this property does from vanilla CSS. To apply justify content space between, the utility class is justify between. The utility class is justify between. Now justify between did this. Well, Patrick, this is the simplest we can go about it. This is a class about Tailwind, not vanilla CSS. So you have to deal with this much only. Li is not changing. I haven't changed the li. So we don't have to use inline CSS or either additional CSS file. Yes, Soman. That is exactly why we are using Tailwind. Free web, li is not changing because we haven't changed li yet. What I have done so far is I have put the logo on extreme left. I have put the menu on the extreme right. But yes, the menu, the home, about, service, contact, these li also should be horizontal as in the reference, right? These should also be horizontal. Yes, Kushal, that is exactly what we will be doing on all the 3 days. So I want the LIs horizontal. I can do that. If I want the LIs horizontal, I'll have to apply flex on their parent, which is the UL. So I will again go to UL and I will again apply the class flex. Can you see the LI is horizontal? Right? So we have started. Yes, I have. I just showed you the document 5 minutes ago, Soman. If I go to the reference again, you can see a little shadow at the bottom, right? That will help us separate the header from rest of the page. Let's see if we can have that. The shadow is caused by a property called box shadow. How can I apply a box shadow? Well, you can very simply apply box shadow by a property called shadow. Can you see the shadow on the right hand side? Well, the shadow is there. However, the header is very tiny, very condensed, very compressed, right? Let's see what we can do about that. Now here comes in margin and padding. So what do I need? First I would want the header to have space on top and bottom. One. Second, I want spacing between home, about, service, contact as well. Two things. Both of them will be handled by padding. So let's see if we can apply padding. First, I want space in the whole header. I can do that with the help of padding. So I'm applying two kinds of padding. Okay, I'm applying only vertical padding. If you understand x-axis and y-axis from mathematics, well, y is the y-axis, that is vertical padding. As you can see, I have so many options. I can hit and try from all the options. Whichever will feel good, I will apply that. So py1, no. Let's see if we can use py4 maybe. Okay, so there is no py4. Let's see if we can have py3. Yes. Okay. Which document not visible? So header is getting bigger. I want it to be a little bit bigger. So let's say py6. There you go. In the reference, you will see that there is a little space on the extreme left, there is a little bit space on the extreme right, plus space between home about, space between about service and service contact. Let me do both of them. To have space between home and about and service, I can apply padding to either the li or to the anchor tag. Which one? You choose. Let me apply padding on the anchor tags. You just saw py. Well, let me now introduce px. If I can apply px on all the anchor tags. Can you see spaces? If you want to increase the space between home and about, you can change the px1 to px2 or whatever you want. Okay. Let me increase the size of my logo. Let me change the color. Okay. Well, yes. Thank you, Computer Tech Zone. I could have applied space X as well. Okay. So we didn't introduce SpaceX as of now. Let's do that. So as someone is saying, okay. So someone is also saying, why can't we use gap? Okay, Chicky, to have gap, I would need first to have width to UL. If I wanted to apply, if I wanted to have space using gap, I first had to give width to the UL as well. That is why I didn't use gap. Okay, thank you, Zahid. So Zahid is mentioning we can use space X as well. Yes, very well, we can do that. If you do not want to apply padding, px2, you can use space X. Now, space X will automatically include padding on the left hand side and padding on the right hand side. If I do space X2, maybe, there you go. So you can use whichever comes to your mind first. Good suggestion. Thank you. So let's increase the size of this. Let's increase the color. Space X means horizontal and space. Well, what does the English word space means? There is, however, a difference between space X and PX, which I applied. PX or PY gives you padding. Space X or space Y will introduce this space with the help of margin. Now, difference between margin and padding, that you have to figure out on your own. I applied px on the anchors that introduce the spacing using padding. Space x4 will introduce the gap or the spacing using margin. That is the basic difference, fundamental difference. On the output side, no difference, right? Okay. Font bold will simply make the my logo bold. Whatever introduce new thing, please explain them, show how it works. Because we have a limited time in this, so please bear with me. I can only explain that much. Font bold make the text bold. Will take the font weight to 700. You also have properties like semi bold, which will take the font weight to 600. You also have font black, which will take it to 900. I'm using font bold. Sir, it's not changing anything. I don't know why. Okay, so Kavi Parmar, if it is not changing anything, the first thing I need you to do is in your VS Code, open up the terminal, scroll to the last line. Do you see done? If you don't see the word done, that means your tailwind is not started. If, however, you don't see done, you need to run the command, this one again. Yes, the padding on the extreme left and right, I will introduce with the help of container. So I'm keeping it for the last. Yes, Patrick, it is about inbuilt styling only. So font bold will make the text bold. I want to increase the font size as well. That is done with the help of text. Now by default, the font size is 16 pixels. That is text LG. It is text, oh, sorry, MD. I'm increasing it to text LG. LG stands for large. Yes, we can make out our own properties. We will make our own properties, just not today, Patrick. That will be done tomorrow. You can do text LG, that is large. You can do XL, then you can do 2XL, 3XL, 4XL, so on, whatever you want. So I'm sticking with text 3XL, which will give me font size of 30 pixels. Because I've already answered this question multiple times. If I do this, if I go to the browser, can you see the size changing? Right? For the color. Now, for the color, text color. You just saw text 3XL. If you write text and then see all these colors. So I want it to be blue. So if I say text blue 300, let's see this. I'm not able to understand what you are asking, Kushal. So, I have increased the size, I have changed the color. Fantastic. Right? If you want to know more about text 3XL, if you want to know what more colors do I have, let me take you to the Tailwind's website. In order to search, in order to know any class, any utility class, all you need to do is search for it. All you need to do is search for it. So if I go search for color, so these are the colors that you have with Tailwind. As you can see, there are so many options that you have. Now, someone just asked difference between Bootstrap and Tailwind. One difference, Bootstrap has limited amount of colors. Tailwind has so many colors built in. You don't have to use any custom CSS. Right? Someone was asking what is what does the space property do? Well, let's just Google it. Let's just Google SpaceX. So this is what the SpaceX property will do, right? All you need to do is search for it and read the documentation. The session will be available on YouTube, Manpreet. You can watch it tomorrow. You can watch it a week after, a month after, a year after as well. Okay, so someone mentioned that the extreme left and the extreme right do not have the spaces, and they are correct as well. In the reference, you can see spacing on the left and on the right hand side. Let's see if we can do that. Now, I can do this with the help of padding. Please understand, I can very well do this. I can very well get this space with the help of padding. I want to introduce to you a very important class called container. Well, you have your solution, Kushal, although it's out of context. If you want to use vertical align works with display table, if I'm not wrong. You can't use it with display block. Okay, so as I was saying, you simply can delete them, Abhiraj. If you are sure that these classes are not doing anything, simply delete them. If I simply apply a class called container on this, on the header, so along with all these classes, I have applied a container. If I go back, okay, well, not happening. Something is happening. As you can see, the content is shrinking and expanding, right? Not how we like it, but yes, something is happening. Now, container was a class available in Bootstrap as well. Container is available in Tailwind, in MUI, in almost all the frameworks out there. Now, what does container do? Let's go to the Tailwind website. Let's search for container. Okay, this is something way far. Let's see if we can search for simple container. If you know about responsive design, if you have worked with media queries in vanilla CSS, or if you have worked with Bootstrap, container is something that gives you space on the left and right hand side if you are on a bigger screen, on a big screen, and removes that space if you are on a small screen. Now, what I mean is something like this. Can you see the space getting increased? Right? If I again go back to the normal size, you will see the space getting decreased. Now, if I go back to the smaller screen, you will see the content adjusting. If I go to even smaller screen, can you see the content just shrunk? Right? Now, this is the containers doing. Size of container, I will talk about that in a minute, Umar Abdullah. I first want to show you what container does. Can you see the content shrinking and expanding? Right. Now, this is what container will be doing for us. So, what actually container does? Okay. If you take a look at the inspect element that I have opened, see, container is nothing but is simply, can we see in phone? Oh, yes, we can. There you go. Now, this is a phone, this is a tablet, this is a small size laptop, and this is a bigger laptop. Also, please note, while I change the dimensions, please take a look at the bottom right hand side and see what you can make out what the container is doing. Can you see the width changing? Well, this is exactly what container does. It changes the width of the element on which it is applied based on the device's size. That is, while I'm on a large screen, the container will be fixed at 1280 pixels. While I'm on a large screen, the container will be fixed at 1280 pixels. If I go, however, to a smaller screen, you can see the container size has shrunk to 1024 pixels. If I go even smaller, you will see the size shrinking. And if I go beyond 768, you will see the container now taking up 100% space. Well, this is what container does. However, container for us is not doing what it should. Well, we have to change our code a little bit. I applied a container on header. Let me remove it from here. So what I'm doing is this. Inside header, I have an h1 and a ul. Inside header, I have an h1 and a ul. Now, inside the header, I'm applying a div called container. And this is what I have done. Now my logic, now my markup is header, container, and the inside container I have h1 and ul. Now, if I go back to the browser, you will see the content has gone haywire. Well, no problem. I just have to take the flex and justify content, justify between property classes from the header, apply it to the container. There you go. What has happened? If I now shrink my browser, you will see the content adjusting, right? Well, still no space on the left hand side. Let's do that. If I go back to the header with py6, if I now apply px as well, if I apply, let's say, px10, can you see the space on the left and the right hand side? Plus, the content is now responsive as well. There is a slight problem here. I don't know if you can see it on Zoom or not. The menu is a little bit upwards. It should be some like this. The logo and the menu should have been like this. However, they are like this. The menu is a little bit upwards. I can rectify that by using a property called item center, which will apply what? It will apply an item center. If you don't know what that is, you have to figure out what flex is. Now the menu is in exact center. No, Karthik, don't use margin top for this. No. How are you getting those suggestions? I am getting those suggestions with the help of an extension by the name this Tailwind CSS Intelligence. You can download it. That is how I am getting the suggestions. Well, someone said to increase my pace, and someone then asked how the hamburger menu is applied. Let's go to Font Awesome. I hope you understand what Font Awesome is. It is used to apply the icons. Let me first use the link for Font Awesome. There you go. This is the link. Let me copy that. Let me put that in my header. If I now I can go to the Font Awesome's website, search for menu or hamburger or whatever. Wait for it to appear. This is the hamburger icon. Copy this. Now, if I go back to my code, if I apply it here, if I go back to the code, well, you can see the menu appearing on bigger screen as well. Hari, that depends whether if you want responsiveness, use PL2. If you are not concerned with responsiveness, use either. Browser I'm using Umar Abdullah is Brave. Hamburger का मतलब होता है hamburger means these 3 bars. Free web. This is known as a hamburger. So this is how the menu icon appears. However, if I go to the reference, you will see that the hamburger only appears on small screen, right? On the bigger screen, there is no menu, or there is no hamburger, only menu. Now, this is done with the help of responsive classes. With the help of responsive classes. Okay. Please understand what I'm saying here. On the UL, I have applied class Flex. What does this say? This says that the menu will be horizontal on small screen as well as on the bigger screen. That is on all the screens. And as you can see, the menu is horizontal only. Right? Now, I am going back to the code. Before Flex, now this is important, the order matters. Before Flex, I am applying a class called Hidden. Hidden will apply what? Hidden will use display none. Display none. That means remove the header, remove the menu. However, Hidden says display none, Flex says display Flex. This is a conflict. See what I am doing here. Please see what I am doing here. If you understand it, good. If you don't, feel free to ask any questions that you have. So what I am doing is this. I have written MD::Flex. Now this is something that makes Tailwind even great. This is something that was not available inside HTML, even in Bootstrap. This had to be done in the CSS file if you were using Bootstrap. Now what this will do? Let me go back to my browser. You can see the menu on the big screen, right? However, if I go to small screen, if I go below 768, this is the number that is the width. If I go below 768, the menu will hide. What have we done? See what is happening here. I first applied a class hidden. Now hidden did what? Hidden said, do not display the menu. But after hidden, I said MD flex. Now MD stands for medium. Now MD, a medium device is any device having width greater than 768. Any device with width greater than 768. So MD flex did what? On devices greater than 768, don't use hidden, use flex. That is why, because I am above 768, you can see the display none is discarded. What is working is display flex. That is, if you are above 768, display flex will work. If you are below 768, display none will work. Can I get a yes or no if this is something you understand or not? Well, I can do the same with the menu. Now, sorry, not with the menu, with the hamburger icon. The menu should not be visible on smaller screen, and the hamburger should not be visible on the bigger screen. So if I go to the this, let's see what we can do about it. So I have applied here MD hidden. On the menu, I applied MD flex. That is, on bigger screen, show it. On the icon, I'm saying on the bigger screen, hide it. On the bigger screen, hide it. If I now go back to the browser, on smaller screen, you will see the menu icon. On small screen, you will see the menu icon. But as soon as I go beyond 768, oh, okay, I think we did something wrong. Display none should be working. MD hidden, not working. Why so? This 768 pixel is mentioned in Tailwind. Yes, you can change it. I think what you are asking is can it be changed? Yes, it can be changed. Okay, but MD hidden display none above 768 should work. Not working. Okay, let's see what is happening here. So I think someone else is applying a display. Display inline block. Okay. So what we can do? So screen record is available or not? Recording will be available on YouTube. Yes, don't worry about it. Yes, Shivam, please ask. So MD medium specifies media query with min width 768 pixels. Exactly, Shiva Prasanna. MD specifies media query with 768, LG with 992, XL with 1024, and so on. So something is wrong here. So what is happening is this fast solid is applying display inline block, and my MD hidden is not working due to that. Let's see if we can figure that out. So if we can put it inside a span and then apply the class, oops, sorry, MD hidden on that. Okay, fantastic. So it is working, right? Can any framework is there which do not require specific media queries and responsible apply directly? The answer to your question is no. So what I did is I simply took the icon, put it in a span, and applied the MD hidden on that. What we have is a very good responsive menu, which will look like this on a bigger screen. But if you go on a phone, on a tablet, it will look like this, and on a phone, it will look like something like this. Before we conclude today's session, let me tell you what we have in the store for us tomorrow. Well, we already talked about container a little. We will talk about the breakpoints SM, LD, MD, LG, XL, 2, 3, 4, XL in detail tomorrow. We will also talk about properties like max and why did you use span. So Kushal, I used span because the menu icon was not hiding on bigger screen. Why it was not hiding on bigger screen? The solid was cancelling out MD hidden. So what I did was I applied MD hidden on a different element as solid. It worked. Your LinkedIn profile. Well, you can simply search my name, Rohit Jain, on LinkedIn. I will appear in the top 5. Don't worry. Uh, Clicking on the hamburger to show the menu, that will require a little bit of JavaScript free web. If you want, I will give you the code in tomorrow's class. So as I was mentioning, we will be talking about the breakpoints SML, MD, LG, XL in detail in tomorrow's class. We will also talk about a little about grid. We talked about span flex today. We will talk about grid. We will also talk about pseudo classes like hover, focus, active, and we will see transition, transform, animation. Yes, Imran, if you want to use responsiveness, it is necessary to have a container class. And as some of you mentioned, whether we can use classes of our own or not, we will see how we can use @apply. In the coming days, we will see @theme as well. This is for tomorrow. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed the class, do join back tomorrow as well. From tomorrow onwards, we will be going deep into JavaScript, not JavaScript, deep into Tailwind. Please do join tomorrow because if you might have think that today's class was a very basic one, indeed it was, but tomorrow we will go deep inside Tailwind, some things that you might have missed previously, something you might have not worked with before with Tailwind. With that said, well, let's conclude today's class. I hope you liked it. Thank you, Miraj. Thank you, Kavi Parmar. Thank you, Umar. Very good. I will request all of you to do join tomorrow as well. That will be all from my side. Thank you, guys. Let's meet tomorrow.